Okay, I think the audio is working. I think you can see me. That's all good. Not gonna do a big long intro spiel today. I need to get some good solid focus time done on a design, and it's the same design that I started working on the last design stream. I did the wireframe. I've moved on last week to the more visual design phase, but I need to do more. And it worked out really well last time. I really enjoyed streaming and hearing from people while I worked on the design. It sort of felt nice to sort of like a co-working session, really. And I got a lot done. I got a lot focused because I wasn't switching over to Twitter every 10 minutes because you were all watching my screen. So let's do some more of that. How we going? Tell me how you're doing in the chat. I'm going to start some music in the background. One sec. Okay, you should hopefully be hearing a little bit of background music. Hi Teddy, hi Darth Turner, hi Rit Monster. How are you all going? If you've got your own work to do, then please pull that up and work alongside me. Let me know if the audio levels are wrong or whatever. I'm going to switch over to my screen. Whoops, not that. Confusing. There we go. Okay. So we are now in Figma. I think you were hearing some music. You were seeing my screen. Let's just get on with it and do some work. Hi, Corey, in the chat as well. Okay. I will look down at the chat every now and then. So yeah, feel free to tell me what you're working on today. How's your week going? All of that good stuff. And yeah, especially the audio levels. Let me know if that's a problem. Anyway, this is where I've gotten to on the site. So last time I was working on these wireframes. I've started, as you can see, doing a lot of filling in. Yeah. This section, clearly a fucking mess that needs to be sorted. That's one thing I've got to solve. Oh, hello. We got Corey's cursor in the design. Corey, go away. That's going to be really distracting. Seriously? Oh god. Okay. Well, maybe Corey's gonna help and turn this into a literal design alongside me session. That was great. Ah, Corey. Yeah. Let me give you a lowdown of where I've gotten to. So at the top of my site, I've decided I want to have a bar kind of like this, which is what I did. It's on our blog, sort of like this as well. There's sort of like this subtle pre-header. Yeah, that'll just sort of... Do you love that? Just me adjusting by 1 pixel. Corey loves when I do that. Hi, T-Captain. Hi, Ravi. Hi, Vines. Wow, there's a lot of people here. Love it. This is great. I'm going to try not panic that you're all watching me design and make design decisions on the fly. Anyway, up the top, yeah, we've just got a little project by ConvertKit and a link that'll go back to the ConvertKit homepage. And then this is what I've done for the header and nav so far, because it kind of lines up with the book itself. I don't know if you were here last time, you would have seen this, that our book has this sort of like footer situation going on. So yeah, that's where that has come from. And then I now have a real photo that I can try in the header. So I'm going to get that, and it's going to be a bit different because it's a wooden desk and not a white tabletop. So I don't know how that's going to go. We'll see. But this line here, I'm imagining would animate, which would be cool. Yeah, on the side, it's sort of like as it loads, it would animate down, which I'm hoping would kind of drag you down the page. And this bit here is going to be the campaign video that we're making. And it's twice on the page because my goal is for it to sort of like stick in place and follow you down. So like as I scroll down the page, the video would stay there. So it's here so that I could see how it would end up looking. Does that make sense? I don't know. Yes, Darth Turner, at least it's not the ominous anonymous. Ominous anonymous, that's a great phrase. Team Captain, I'm doing okay today. Doing okay. I'm not gonna say great, but it's been a busy day and I didn't get any focused design time in, and so that's what I'm gonna get into now in moving this forward. Yeah. Oh, well, this was clearly an example tweet and not actually one that's going to go on the page. Let's delete that. Okay, I'm going to start putting some of my content in and start, yeah. Main things to figure out, photo working in the header, and this bit here, this whole mess that's going on that, I mean, was a mess in the wireframing stage too. So yeah, we'll see. See how we go. I'm probably not going to talk as much during this one. I don't know. But yeah, design alongside me. Tell me what you're working on. I would love to hear about it. Let's get into it. And like I said, you should be hearing music. Let me know if you're not. All right. Time to add in images. So these are the photos that I have of the book. Henry, oh, you can see his feet there. That's funny. Henry took them for me, which is fantastic. I'm going to try with this one first, I think, but we're definitely going to need to crop out the, like, do some autofill on that bit of the desk. Oh my god. Apparently this is the first time I've opened Photoshop 2021. Anyway, while that's opening, I'm gonna drop in these. Nope. Okay, well. Drop these in here. I'm not the best at Photoshop, that is for sure. But let's get content aware fill, that's what I was trying to say. Not terrible, but also not great. Okay, how do I edit this? Oh, I see. Is it because of the... I don't know what this is telling me to do. Oof, not that. Okay, wait, cancel. We'll go back to let it do it itself. I have the iMac Pro J Jumbo, so it seems to cope pretty well with all this sort of stuff. Nice. Darth Turner, that sounds like a page with a lot of like content to be aware of. Damn, this is not working as well as I had hoped it would, but I guess that one looks a bit better. Maybe the feathering is not a good idea. I don't know. Let's try turn that off and see what happens. I can't believe that Photoshop used to be the program I spent like all of my time in. Yeah, lots of content. I expected so. Okay, well, it's looking slightly better without the... Yeah, well, whatever. We're just going to go with that for now. Okay, yeah, that didn't turn out too bad at all. Cool. And then I'm just going to... Oh my god. This is what I feel about Adobe projects, software. I feel like they work against you. Like, I don't know. That everything I do in it, I'm fighting with it. And it's not, you know, trying to help me. Okay, let's go with this. And you're working on a website designed for a cybersecurity company? That sounds like a lot of content for that one as well. Don't worry, anyone. I'm not going to actually upload a 4.3 megabyte photo to the website when I make it. Oh, cool. 11 services and 1 landing page. That doesn't sound difficult at all. Okay. So right off the bat, hate how warm this is. This is not gonna work how I wanted it to. I don't know. I'm sure that I could work out a way to sort of just Photoshop these things onto a white background. But yeah, this is definitely not the one. I'll do a version with it in here, but I can just already tell. Oh, that sucks. Henry spent so long taking these photos too. I guess it's gonna be a lot of editing. Taking photos for a web header is really freaking difficult because, oh, apparently I'd mirrored that. You know, he would send me a photo and it would have like the camera strap was going off the top, and I was like, no, I'm sorry, can you retake it? Because I need the strap to like not be going off the top. I need clear space there. Yeah, this is what we're looking like. I could just try making everything white, but it's not what I had in mind. I don't know. No, it's too busy, isn't it? Okay, well, that's gonna have to be sorted. You can just see my face as I'm imagining how much photoshopping I'm gonna have to do. I mean, this looks cool. It just doesn't look like what I needed, you know, I needed a white background, I think, is what I'm learning. I thought that the light would be okay. Yeah, some heavy Photoshop needed, and I don't want to do that right now. Let's move on to solving this problem. This sounds much more fun. Oh, another thing I brought in was at the side here, this is a texture that is seen. Why am I pronouncing those R's so American-like? I don't know what's happened to my accent lately. Anyway, this is a texture that's in the book. So yeah, I'm sort of trying to mimic styles from the book as much as I can. Same with the video being at the side there. It's sort of, you know, hopefully you can tell that it's sort of mimicking that idea. Yeah. Okay, where did I get to with this? Apart from making a big fucking mess. Okay, I was playing around with whether this content like should be an intro with example and then template, or if I could combine template and example. Yeah. Maybe we don't need to see a lot of examples. Maybe we just need to see the one. Hey, Chekray, thanks for subscribing with Prime. That's really exciting. I love that. I really appreciate you. Did we have someone else subscribe as well just before that I missed? Because I think that I'm seeing that I have more subscribers than I expected. I don't know. Thanks for being here. Now you get a cute little broken heart next to your name. Oh, I got totally distracted just then because I got so excited. What was I doing? Oh yeah, working on these. So these are example images that Holly has made, the graphic designer that I work with. And I'm sure I could get from her the vector files of these because these are just JPEGs that were going in the video because we've got that weird curved corner now. That's okay. It'll do as a placeholder for now. Oh, I remember really liking this, oh damn, I'm gonna have to get it a... that's annoying. Update that date as well. It's the little things, man, you know? Like, this giveaway is running in January and February, and entries are only valid if they're posted in that time, so we cannot have an example that states September 19th, right? I'm just gonna write that down. In the bullet journal, I filmed a video this weekend about my bullet journal for 2021, so coming soon to a YouTube near you. I just tried to tuck my hair behind my ear and my headphones are in the way. Okay, noting this down. We'll fix that. I think it will be helpful to see these examples for sure. Oh, what a mess. Okay, I need to clear some things out of my way. Do I even want the blue background here? I tried a bunch of things. I am liking this, and I think it'll work well once I've got the video sticking in place, so I'm going to try not to fuck with that too much. Excuse the language. Let's move you out the way. What if it was Twitter or Instagram that you saw here? I don't know. Bit of blur. I definitely want this to feel like something they can copy and paste. How do I do that? I wonder if the background is, like, shouldn't be blue for this. I don't know. Did I lock that? No one judged my messy files. I mean layers, by the way. I never name layers. It's a waste of fucking time. I agree, Shekray is the only way. If you have tidy layers, I'm like, what are you not doing that you've made time for that? I'm joking. That's great if people can keep their files tidy. I just cannot, so I'm salty about it. Maybe this should say something like, I also definitely could have set this up as a auto layout to make it better, but whatever. Oops. The caps is intense, but this could be a way to go. Let's Hey Furquan, how you going? Eyeball and shit. If someone hands you a file with messy layers, you die inside. Oh dear. Okay, well, Furquan, if we ever work together, now you're prepared. If Corey's still watching, he knows all about messy files because that's the only thing I provide. I feel like this is better than that. But it's still not right. Maybe this needs to feel more like a tab. Like maybe this is... Oops, I meant to do... It's getting... It's weird. My screen just like darkened itself. Dang it. There we go. I feel like this would feel more copyable if it was dark text as well, for some reason. See what I'm doing? What I'm thinking about? Gonna leave this a bit messy for now. Just clean it up at the end. No harm, no foul. See, I don't even want to do that. But yeah, you're right. I mean, that's clearly the like politer thing to do. Politer, is that a word? Oh, God damn it. That's why I locked that. This is... I don't know, how do I make this UX better? Because I want this to be a click to tweet link. So this will be like, they click it and it'll open a new tweet in Twitter with this as a template. Yeah, do you mean the copy of this in this button here? Because I agree. I was just trying to like, I didn't want to put click to tweet because obviously, like, I don't want them to think, oh, if I click this, it's going to automatically tweet, like, insert create a username. That's not what I want to have. Maybe I should gray this out slightly. Hi 99 Moza, how you doing? Don't want that to be okay. Yeah, I have an example of a tweet. It's hanging out over here. I think I want to make this like a carousel possibly. I don't know. This is what I'm trying to work through. I'm gonna lock this again. As well as like laying this out, I'm also thinking about how Webflow works. I'm gonna build this in Webflow as well. So I'm sort of like, yeah. I try not to think about how something's gonna be built too much in this stage because I don't want to squash ideas, but I am thinking about it a little. Okay. Maybe instead of a carousel, we could have like, I don't know, some sort of, I think that'd be too much. This is already feeling better to me than, you know, whatever all this was though. It's feeling more united. You need to keep pushing it though. Maybe something more like this, and then we find, do I have, I don't like that icon. Wait, why did I delete the icon when I could just do this? I think, does that work? No, damn it. I know how to use Figma. Oh, we've had a lot more new people join. How is everyone doing? Maybe this shouldn't be a button, you know? Like maybe it'd be better if it was more like a text link, because it's feeling too heavy. Yeah, for Quantum, we're on the same page for sure. What did I style the link as here? Medium. I don't know. Let's leave this a little bit, because like obviously this is not the curved borders and whatever. There's stuff to fix there, but I want to figure out if this is even the right direction before I finesse. Do you think, okay, if you came across this, would you think you had to tweet it in this exact way in order to enter? Because that's why I like the idea of showing other examples as well. Ooh, I wonder if... Okay, wait. It's new version time. What if this was here, and then we sort of had a row of examples, which is sort of what I was doing here, but I could switch that up. You know, like what if we just had... Damn it, did you fall off the... Come back into the frame. I mean, it's not bad if that's the only one showing. I mean, if that's the wording that someone uses, but yeah. And then we could have... Problem is, tweets are so much different, such a different size to Instagram posts. You're gonna have to use your imagination that these are different. Maybe they all need to anchor to something. Potentially, I don't know. This is feeling better to you? Tomatoes, potato. I'm gonna say it that way because it has to rhyme, right? Let's just put the... Definitely feeling simpler, isn't it? And the idea is that what I was going to do with these will sort of like float along. So let's then see what we'd need to change about... And do I want this on a white background or grey? Probably grey. Oh. Oh, is this done a... Have I done a percentage thing on it, have I? Right. There we go. Okay. This is meaning that all of my information is ending up being left aligned, which is not a problem. Why have I got a different line height on this bit? I want to bring in a bit of this stuff in here too. Because basically I just felt like all this was too long to have underneath the how to nominate part. Okay, but how would this work for Instagram? Let's go back to my wireframe for that. Which is somewhere, I hope, still? Oh, down here. Wow. This is where we started with this. So, I mean, honestly, we haven't come that far from it, have we? Whatever. Okay, so if it's Instagram, then all this would drop down more because it's going to be a bigger area. This would get a bit bigger. should sort of arrange it as if it was an Instagram post. I don't know. Can I just say that the scariest part of doing a stream like this is being exposed into my, like, you know, non-optimal, honestly, at times, way of operating software. I'm sure that many people are like screaming out shortcuts and stuff watching their screen. But this is just what I do. Well, this is showing me that I think it would definitely look better if, and I know I said I wasn't refining this yet, but I just can't help myself. These are not even widths though, are they? So that needs to be fixed. Probably something more like that. And then I don't have an image for this yet, so I'm just gonna not bother. Maybe we just have 3 options. I can't remember how many I asked Holly to create. She's working on some designs for this. Yeah, that's the thing for Quan. It's like the time spent learning some shortcuts would add up over time. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that should be a video. Charlie learns Figma shortcuts. Again, with this piece of copy, I'm trying to be clear that you don't have to use this if you don't want. I'm getting hungry. It is 6:30 p.m. here in Valencia, Spain. What is it where you are? Oh, let me see. Okay. Yeah, well, maybe one day I'll go through these. 9:26 a.m. in California. Good morning. It's wild to think that your day is just starting, and it's pitch black for me outside now. Thanks, Teddy. That's kind of you. That's feeling way better, right? Than, you know, all this that I was trying to do. Blah, 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 blah. Often that's what design comes down to, right? Is like uniting like elements. Let's copy this over to here and see what it looks like. Is Twitter filled in? Maybe I can do a cute little hover thing where if you hover over this, it sort of like pops up like a card. I don't know. Actually, maybe I should this actually stick up higher? No, I don't believe it should. I think that looks like shit. Sometimes you gotta try something, you know, to know that it's not the one. Sounds like dating advice. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get those even, but Hey, Nacho Taku? Nacho Taco. How you going? On mobile? How would this work? Don't know about that whole downloading thing. Maybe it would open up in a separate window the image file, and then people would know what to do on their phone, right, to save an image. I don't know, we'll see. So I moved these way too far down. What's up, Datai? Okay, how am I feeling about this? Maybe the and templates isn't necessary? I don't know. Just Nat. Okay, Nat. That sounds good. I can definitely pronounce that. I'm doing well. Honestly, I feel like my day has gotten 100 times better since I decided that I was going to stream and have some company from all of you while I worked. It's really nice. Thanks for showing up. Oops. I feel like I want to add something to the Instagram one. Okay, well, actually, let me get your feedback. Looking at this, would you think that if you posted to your stories, you would be entering Instagram story or Twitter fleet, I guess? I don't know. Read. Maybe if we used an example of an image that isn't like this, looks like it's the 4x3. Yeah, that can make it shorter at least. I don't know. You wouldn't think? Okay, that's good, because it would not. I'm probably not going to even bother mocking up the mobile version of this, honestly, because I'm already thinking in my head about how it's going to go. Like, this will stack under here. Video will probably go out the top. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'll just sort of like see how things flow in Webflow. Flow in Webflow. This is really annoying. Might not even be necessary to have the side line at all. I don't know. Okay, so how would this part change? I did quite like the idea of these things floating along. What other ideas did I have in wireframing? I really did lean heavily on this floating idea for most of the way through. I also had this one. Yeah, I really did not push that very far at all, did I? Okay, there was this too. I'm gonna have an actual writer, like, look over the copy as well. Just in case anyone is concerned. Let's try this idea that I wireframed. Wow, just caught myself doing some really bad posture just then. Was I even visible on my webcam? I was sitting so low down in my chair. Combine this possibly. How's all your work going, everyone? Are we getting lots done? I feel like I've already, even though made barely any changes really, I feel like I've had a lot of breakthroughs just in this stream, which is great. I really needed this to happen today. Like, I needed this win, you know? Okay, yeah, apart from that photo, that's really not the one. Wait, why is this background... Oh, I turned it off. Okay, that's better. Definitely prefer it grey. Thinking, do I want the films to be on this page or not, or do we just end here? You should, it's fun. What are you working on, tomato, potato? Okay. I think we might need something on the page that's like more about the book. Because we need to fully explain to people just how great this thing is, you know, and like why they should want it. So there's going to be a page that's sort of like a sales page for the book in a way. Probably leaning too far from my mic, sorry. But I feel like it needs one more thing on this page. Like maybe that's what we end in the page with. Thinking. Yeah, I definitely want to have a page that has like all of the people featured in the book. And I actually have some copy. Let's see if I can find. There we go. Isa has already written some copy for me to use on a page. And then, yeah, we have a trailer for the book too. I definitely want to use that idea of this thing. Down here too. Oh, fuck. Is there a way in Figma to just make it paste wherever I am on the page? Damn it, because I always do that when I'm dragging stuff down. This is my one drawback of using the trackpad. You can judge me. I know, it's lame. If your thumb moves slightly, then it thinks you want to zoom out. Yet again, just showing off my mad computer operating skills. There we go, that little lineup was very helpful. God damn it, just drop down. This is probably too large. That's neater. Oh, interesting. Yes, Teddy, you should. I would love to see that. I saw Teddy, I saw you live tweeting your work today, which I thought was really cool. Was it today, or was I just seeing it in my feed from a different day? I don't know. Another possibility could be to bring in... I'm doing that thing where you're stuck on one thing and so you like distract yourself by doing something else. I kind of like that. I can't be bothered to write that right now. I don't even know if it's right to have it there, I don't know. Would we want to repeat? Brian, okay, so I use OBS to stream. It's a free software, so that's helpful, you know. You need a webcam, you need a microphone, you need a computer that can handle like having design software open and streaming open at the same time. But I stream on Twitch because I honestly think it's really like a lot easier to stream on than YouTube. You just like copy in a streaming key, and then in OBS there's a button to start streaming and you end up live. It's almost too easy. I ended up live accidentally when I was first getting started, and I ended up streaming for a few seconds, me like testing my camera. Don't like that. Oh, nice. That's fun. Working on a page for Barrett. But not working. Go away. I don't know. We're gonna have some form of opt-in, so maybe the form would go in the footer. I don't know. Leave that for now. It's not as important. For some reason, I just really want to add like an outline block. And that maybe this, did I bring in? I had the cover of the book somewhere in here, didn't I? Yep. This would look better as a photo for show. Oh, I didn't know that, J Jumbo. I'm really annoyed at myself that I did not yet set up text styles, and that I still haven't, even though I'm annoyed about it. How did I style it? Yes, I did. Don't like that. I've avoided calling the book volume 2 elsewhere on the page so far because I didn't want to distract. And people would be like, oh, what? Do I have to have read the first one first, or anything like that? I think we can probably, yeah, we can do a better job of this mock-up. Or maybe we have half a photo, I don't know. Can you guys hear that car outside? Really wants to be involved. Ooh, it's feeling weird that I suddenly have text like inset more. I think that's possibly an issue. So this text sort of goes to there. Maybe I need to make this line up with that. How long does it take to plan a YouTube video? Depends on the video. If it's a software tutorial, a lot longer, because I'm gonna like do the flow first to figure out what I want to talk about and have everything ready to drop in imagery or examples or whatever. If it's a video like I did one about my bullet journal, like I said, this weekend, coming soon, possibly this week if it can get edited in time. If it's a video like that, then it's more like I turn on the camera and go. I guess I sit and think for a little bit beforehand about points I want to make sure I cover. But yeah, for the most part, it's like turn on the camera and start talking. Usually I've been thinking about what to say for a few days beforehand, but I don't know if you really count that as planning. I'm not sure. But yeah, The planning is definitely the quickest part of a YouTube video, usually. I'm going to take that back because I'm just remembering another video I filmed this weekend that was about advice for applying for a design job, and that one I spent a lot more time planning. I think I just forgot that that is a thing that I do sometimes. But yeah, I spent some time sitting down writing beforehand. That's usually how my planning goes, writing what I want to say. Yes, that is a good suggestion, tomato potato. I think that, yeah, we should do that. And then it would feel, I really like that suggestion because then it would feel more like if you clicked this link, you were taking a look inside, if that makes sense, wouldn't it? We're just going to put this here for now as an example of like to mimic. Oh wait, I have some spreads. We could just drop one of these in, even though I would put it in a book mock-up. You're right. I always like, also whenever I talk about me, how I do YouTube, I never give myself really enough credit for the work that I put in. I don't know why. I don't know why that's my like default answer is like, oh, it's nothing. You know, that's stupid. I gotta stop doing that. Brian, you did a test stream already? Well done. That's super fun. That's so cool. Are you going to be streaming design work? Is that what you'll stream? I don't know. I'm just going to write that for now. Maybe this comes in. Not that far. I don't know, we'll see. But I do think the idea of having a promo sort of like to link to the book next is a good idea. Alvaro, I'm so glad to hear that my channel has been helpful, and congrats on your senior product designer role. Cool, Brian, I'm gonna see if I can I click through to your channel and like follow you without breaking things on my stream. Okay, I'm following you now, Brian. Can't wait to see your stuff. Hi, Maddie. Glad you're here. Oh, wow. I'm feeling this is so much like, I don't know. It's stressful when a design is at a stage when you're like, I know this isn't right and I don't know what to do to make it right. This is scary. I am going to put the films on actually. So I'm feeling so much better now about where this design is going. Where can I get these thumbnails from? I can't think of a way to grab them quickly, so we'll just go with grey boxes for now. I'm gonna have to go through and clean up all my like type sizes because they're all over the freaking place. We got a 48, 48. Okay, well that's not that bad. Though apparently I'm just using an H1 throughout. Okay, so let's make this one 36. And then this one probably also 36. I don't know, might need some more hierarchy. Teddy, you're next. Where's your Twitch channel? Also, you can stream on YouTube. That is an option. People have asked me why I don't. I just prefer it. Like, Twitch is a nice place to hang out for streams, I think. What headline are we using on our homepage at the moment? yeah, the Webflow stream. That'll probably be happening next week, if not later this week. Depends on when I get to it. Okay. Well, let's use... Let's copy this. Yes, and wait, what? Did I not click copy? I always judge the software I use based on if the color of their logo lines up with my branding. I'm getting a phone call that I bet is spam. We're just going to decline that. We need a CTA there. Again, if we go ahead with doing an opt-in, I won't put this here. But you know. Also, it feels like this should maybe be not so... Yeah, that's better. Let's lower the opacity. It needed some more depth, didn't it? I don't know about having that there. Whatever. This is how our homepage has gone. I am liking it. I am a fan. Should I try and deal with this image now? Maybe a little bit. Oh my god, do I even remember how to use Photoshop? Okay. This is going to be embarrassing. I'm just warning you now. No, that's not the one I want, is it? Ooh, I just had an idea. Okay. I think what I need to do... This is an auto... Is this the object select thing? Or is that something else? Yeah, object selection. Okay. I want to select all these objects, please. That worked pretty well. Missed a bit of the pen. I had someone comment on a video today. It was a video that I'd done about why I switched from Sketch to Figma. And in the video, I was talking about how I had switched from Photoshop to Sketch. And so in it, I was comparing Sketch to Photoshop and like the experience of switching, I guess. And someone was like, why would you compare Sketch to Photoshop? And I was like, because when I got started in web design, that's what we use to design websites. And so like, it actually is a fair comparison. And that made me feel old. Or lame and out of touch. But then, of course, people come along and like talk about fireworks, and I'm like, okay, well, yeah, I was clearly late to the web design game. Hi, Jarek Xeon, how are you this evening? Might be easier for me to just actually mask this then. Yeah, I'll be able to reveal it later. Okay, I'm gonna go to town on this one. Let's desaturate. Oh, shoot, the glasses. Yeah, that's gonna be tricky, isn't it? Oh well, we'll get there. But it definitely needed to be cooler, so that's slightly better. Oh, fuck. That thing. I didn't realize I did that on top. I thought that I'd done that. Okay, fine. Let's merge that first then. What is merge? Yeah, look at that. Like, what's it called? Muscle memory, right? When your like hand just knows what to do. Why am I proud of that? Some of your clients use Photoshop makes you want to cry? Yeah. It happens, it happens. Okay, then we could... Henry gave me the raws to work with for this as well. That's not right. No, we don't want to do that. Okay. Maybe it was helping a little bit. I'm just gonna like play with all of the settings. How about? You are not what I want. Nice. I've been like there's a lot of Brazilian designers, isn't there? I guess that's because Brazil is a big country, but it's exciting. Seeing them all take over. Huh, right now it just looks like Henry's glasses are sort of like Tony Stark-esque with their like, you know, colored lenses. That needs some blending. How do I make... I guess I could always remove the glasses completely if I wanted to like put this stuff on a... Nah, I need the shadows though, don't I? Clearly. I want minimal contrast. What did that actually change? Yeah, I guess that did change something. I think I've taken it too far now. Whoa, that looks so orange compared to what I ended up with. Maybe that was the best version, but it's still too... I don't know. I'm gonna save this as a Photoshop file so that I don't like the warmth of the wood because the tones of the website are like cooler toned, the cool gray, the blue. Let's just save this out. I know it's not perfect or anywhere near it, but why is it not showing me my... Oh, there it goes. Interesting. This music is from Epidemic Sound, so yes, it is stream safe because I have an account and my Twitch channel is attached to it. It's kind of nice, right? For royalty-free music. I think the wood is not the one. I don't know what to do about this because Henry didn't have a white surface to take a photo on. And I don't have a copy of the book, so I can't take a photo myself. Do I have a white surface? I don't even know if I do. I think I need like a photo maybe of the items individually on a white surface. Like maybe he's got a small enough one to do that. And then I could just composite them. That might be the way to go. Because I really just still liked, well, I've flipped it now, but let's put this back to the color it was supposed to be. I don't know. Okay, I feel like we've made the music. So you're hearing my desktop audio. So like in OBS, you can choose to stream from, like have the audio from your computer play. So if I opened up a video right now, for example, it would play that video audio for you. Does that make sense? Yeah, but that's how you're hearing it. Okay, I feel like I made steps forward. There I go again, pronouncing my R's really American. Forward, I can't say it normally, whatever. I'm getting tired. Forward in the rest of the design, but backwards in the header in a way. Well, not that backwards, because we did work out what didn't work, you know? Yeah, this is just too warm for me. I can't handle it. And I think the wood texture is nice though, but it's a bit too much. I'll see what I can do there. And then we figured out this, so that feels good. Yeah. I feel content. I feel like I made progress today and did what I needed to, so that's great. I need to also, well actually let me just do a copy of this and bring the Instagram in. So that I don't get confused about what the latest version is. Okay. Oops. This is our latest version. Next, let's just quickly mock up the book page. So I think I might do a video header for that. Potentially. I should probably, let's do a wireframe. Wireframe-y, maybe. Not fully wireframed. Do I have a... Yeah, that's what I want. Is that what I want? Yeah, that'll do. Because we've made this trailer where it's like reading out the intro of the book, and it's quite beautiful, so. And that would be an image of the book, and then hey Fellbones, how you going? Did I already say hello to you? I can't remember. There's a lot of pieces of text, huh? Maybe we have images here of the inside of the book. Make that a link. I don't know about this. I feel like this copy has kind of been written more like an email. Might need some tweaking. That's fine. So, gotta be images of the book. That needs to be a shorter line, but it's just gonna remind me for now. Tell me, like, before we end up, I'd love to, like, sound off in the chat, like, what time zone you're in. Like, if I did a morning stream my time, so in the morning in Europe, how many people would be able to join and watch? I know that there's a lot of people who follow me from the US who wouldn't, so that's why I try and stream more in the evenings. Oh, you're in Paris. Well, that would work, wouldn't it, for the morning? What an international bunch we've got here. That's really fun. This is just going to be an idea for now, but what if I did... Yeah, that makes sense. California and Central US time, the morning Europe is not the one. I'm also gonna have, I think, get my editor for YouTube to do like an edit of the stream, so that you could just like watch a sped up version essentially, and like cutting out just the interesting parts. So that's an option too. Okay, well, I don't know about these yet, but that's the idea, is that there be something like with all the people. They might need to go on cards or something, I don't know. Every part is interesting. Bless you, that's so kind. Well, you can also always watch the stream replay. Ooh, I think I have it linked on my Twitch About page, but Twitch only keeps streams for 14 days. But if you ever want to watch a previous stream, I have a YouTube channel where I'm re-uploading all the streams, if that makes sense. So I think it's called like Charlie Marie TV. What is it? Let me go on my YouTube and remember what it's even called. Live VODs or something. It's got like 6 subscribers, so it doesn't have a, doesn't have a URL yet. Go to my channel. But this is the channel with all the old streams. There's a couple I still need to upload. Yeah. Maybe this one. I'm wanting to sign off soon, so what I'm doing is just sort of mocking some things up so that when I come back to this tomorrow, I don't forget what I was thinking about. I don't know how that would go, but it's an idea. Okay, I think I'm going to end it here. I feel really happy with where we've ended up. This is, you know, a far cry from this mess that I was in beforehand. We got there. We got to a point where, like, I think with the right imagery, of course, with the right imagery added to this, we could go live with this page. There's ways that I could push it to make it better, but this is like I always want to get to a point where it's the MVP, right? It's the minimum viable, like, quality level of a page that I would accept. And I feel like I'm like, this is there. There's ways it could be better, but it's there. So yeah, that's great. And I really appreciate you hanging out with me while I did it. This has been awesome to just sit and spend an hour and a half designing and sort of like co-working with you. So yeah, I appreciate you joining. I'm going to switch over to this feed now. And I believe, like, if she's still working on it, hang on, wait, I'm trying to get my OBS to behave. A friend of mine, Mayuko, has a Twitch channel where she is doing sort of like a co-working thing as well. And I think she might be streaming right now, so we'll raid her if she is. But yeah, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it, and I hope that I'll see you in a future stream as well. Join me again later this week or next week to be building this in Webflow. And have a good rest of your day or evening if you are in Europe like me. All right, bye.